Well, Colin, good to catch up with you. 40 years after the Moscow Olympics, and we're going to be looking back on that. Now, I know when we spoke earlier, you said that you never had any aspirations to play for Australia until you actually got into representative teams. But once you got there, was that your goal, to make the Olympics?
Well, actually, it's a long time ago, I know. But look, I think when you first start playing, it's just for the joy of the sport. So I think my comments would have been based on that. And as you become better and you have some success, I think your ambitions grow. So yes, you want to play for your club, and then the senior team in your club, and then your state team. I happened to play for Victoria at a young age. And then your expectation grows from there, and I think, I can't remember when I wanted to play for Australia, but certainly, once I got in the Victorian senior team, it would have been an ambition, and certainly to represent Australia at the Olympics would have been very strong.
Colin, you made your debut in October 1979, and what some would say it was the perfect time to put yourself in the frame for the Olympics in 1980. You then were picked for the Champions Trophy and also a tour of Malaysia. It was a 14 tournament in Malaysia.
Yep.
So did you feel, having been selected for those, that you were in a good position to be going to Moscow?
Yeah, I think so. Look, I think the watershed was firstly being selected. We island toured Australia, and I remember those games. And then after that, it was the Champions Trophy in Karachi. So when I got into that team, then I thought I was a chance for the Olympic team for sure.
Do you remember how you heard that you were selected for the Olympics back then? Because obviously there wasn't email or mobile phones in those days. How was it done in that particular time?
Well, I think it was by letter. We were at the Australian Championship in Hobart, so it may have been announced at the end of that championship, and then we stayed on, and there was some official things that we needed to do. That I can't exactly remember, but my feeling is that they might have said it verbally and then reinforced it with a letter post the Australian Championship.
Well, you were the youngest player selected for the 1980 squad at 22. There were 7 debutants, so I'm presuming there was a lot of excitement around that, but as we all know, that excitement was soon led to confusion, I suppose is probably the best way to describe it.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Look, there was a lot of expectation after '76. Australia, there was a really breakthrough tournament. I know we'd already won a silver medal and a bronze medal prior to that, but the '76 team, I think it was maybe because it was televised so much. I was in the Victorian team for the first time in 1977, and happened to be the tournament here in Perth. And I just remember the fallout from the Olympics and the enthusiasm around hockey, and particularly the national team. And it was a great time to get involved. Of course, it was '79 before I made my debut for Australia, but yeah, it was a great timing for me to just get in the team, and of course the Olympics on in 1980, that was nice timing.